Hi, I'm Chef Nesbitt. I'm the executive chef here at the Postmasters Grill, and today we're going to be preparing for you our Timberland Filet. The Timberland Filet is something we invented here for the Postmasters Grill. It's based basically on a almost a steak Diane. This is a maitake or a hen of the wood mushroom. You can pick them actually here in Arkansas. They're actually pretty easy to prepare. The only thing you have to look out for is on the bottom where the cluster forms. It can get a little bit hard, so all you have to do is really trim that off and start separating. And that's exactly what we want right there, just nice little pieces. These are what is known as king oyster mushrooms or royal trumpets. The stems are really nice and fleshy, and the whole stem is edible. I trim off just the very bottom part where it grows out of the dirt. It gets a little bit tough there. What I like to do is go halfway up the stem with circles and cut it in half and just slice it. Gets cooked right in the pan with our sauce. Okay, so the first step on this Timberland Filet is actually to heat up your pan. Medium-high heat, not too high as to burn everything, but hot enough where you get a little sizzle when you actually put some product in there. The first ingredient that we're going to start with in this hot pan is actually the bacon. The bacon will render off a little bit of that fat and use that fat to sear the filet, and it adds a lot of flavor to the filet itself. And once you see on the bacon, when it starts to sear a little bit, and you'll see that there's a little bit of oil collecting in the bottom of that pan, then we can actually move on and put the filet in. Now the filet, we've already salted and peppered and let it sit for about 20 minutes. It just spreads the seasoning all through the filet. And we're gonna put that right in the pan. And I picked a little bit of a thinner one because it's pan roasted like this. And if we had picked, a 2-inch thick steak, we'd be sitting here for half an hour waiting for it to cook. We'll flip it over, and you see you got a nice sear going on there. That's because we let it soak for a while and it drew some of the moisture out. And the bacon's getting nice and crispy. At this stage, I like my steak about medium rare to rare. And this is where I would actually start adding some of the other ingredients to make the sauce. At home, I would suggest that you cook your steak just a temperature below where you want it. If you wanted it well done, I cook it to medium well before you start adding all the rest of the ingredients. The next ingredients that are going in here are the minced garlic. And we just need, maybe a teaspoon of that, and probably a tablespoon of shallots. And you can substitute onions. And we'll let this cook for just a minute just to get the garlic and the shallots to release, and they'll start turning a little translucent. Next actually comes the main player in this is our mushrooms. And you see all this stuff on the bottom of the pan here is basically flavor. That's called fond. And what we want to do with that fond is actually deglaze, which means get it released from the pan with this is red wine. Make sure we get all that fond off, because that's where the flavor is. This is Worcestershire sauce. You need about a tablespoon of that. And this is our demi-glace. So you can use consomme or broth at home to supplement if you cannot find beef demi-glace anywhere in your stores. To finish this sauce, our steak is medium rare, medium. And we want to finish it with just some chopped parsley and thyme. We'll stir that around and we'll cut the heat off because this thing is almost done. The last ingredient we put into this is actually whole butter. And the reason we turn the heat off is we want to melt the butter, but we don't want it to separate or clarify. So we just stir it in there until it gets all melted. We'll set him right there. We usually let our steaks rest for a couple minutes after we cook them, just to redistribute all the juiciness in the steak. When you sear it, it kind of tightens up, and we'll let it rest, and all the juices will flow back into the steak. And all these mushrooms, finish it with a nice sauce like that. What we have here is our Timberland Filet with king oyster mushrooms and hen of the wood mushrooms, our double smoked bacon, made fresh here at the Postmaster Grill, so come down here and see us.